Hello, this is the Midday News. Thanks for joining us. Police have arrested and charged a former employee of a finance company over an internal fraud scheme, which he alleged to have stolen close to 2.1 million kina through false invoices, quotations, and collusions with accomplices. The National Fraud and Anti-Corruption Directorate investigated and charged a 36-year-old former assistant property manager. Police alleged that the man conspired with co-workers between January 2025 and January 2026 to create fake supplier invoices and redirect corporate payments into bank accounts controlled by the group. The suspect was brought to the National Fraud and Anti-Corruption Directorate in March, interviewed, and he admitted to the offenses. He was charged with 1 count of misappropriation and 1 count of conspiracy to defraud. The Aloto district has submitted its disaster report with damages costing 56.4 million kina. The report was handed to the Milne Bay Provincial Disaster and Emergency Center this week. Aloto MP Ricky Morris says the government processes will take time to progress and help those affected by Cyclone Maila. Despite these challenges, the Aloto district will have to mobilize resources and assist those affected.
The Aloto district, under the leadership of local MP Ricky Morris, has moved swiftly as the first district to act immediately when the disaster struck in allocating 433,000 kina for immediate help and assessment. The district also stepped in with funding to assist those affected in the Samarai Murua district. Morris says with the funding support of 1 million kina from the national government to address the immediate needs received last Friday, May 1st, 2026, the funds will go towards addressing the mitigation plans. He said the report, including all data, would give the national government information to make decisions on the urgency of emergency works for the long-term rebuilding exercise, including public infrastructure, and assist those affected in getting back to their normal lives. Morris also commended the Aloto district officers for compiling a mitigation plan that will be phased out in the next 12 months. He stressed that funding from the District Services Improvement Program would be used for the housing needs. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
The Karawagi District Development Authority has handed over 500,000 kina towards the establishment of a district community development center in Karawagi, Timbu Province. The funding is the first installment of the project, which aims to bring essential government services closer to the people.
District and Vice Minister for Public Service, Francis Sune, presented a dummy check of 500,000 as the district's first contribution towards the District Community Development Center. The 2-story center, which will also include a safe house, is estimated to cost 2 million and will be funded under a 50-50 kina for kina arrangement between the Karawagi District Development Authority and the Department of Community Development and Religion. The check presented followed the signing of a memorandum of agreement between the department and the district authority 2 weeks earlier. Minister for Youth, Religion and Community Development, Jason Peter, received the check and commended the member and the Karawagi DDA for their commitment to the project. Sune says the center would improve service delivery by bringing key government services closer to the people of Karawagi District. Joanna Pile, TVWAN News.
Minister for Police, Sir John Pundari, has commended the government and people of West New Britain for delivering new police barracks and vehicles in Kimbe. Sir John said this infrastructure is a clear statement that law and order are the foundation of development, civilization, and lasting progress.
Providing decent housing and operational support for the police officers lifts morale and restores dignity to those who protect public safety. As Obbs warned, without order, life descends into insecurity. Saint Augustine put it simply, peace is the tranquility of order. Both truths speak directly to Papua New Guinea's journey today. Minister for Police Sir John Pundari called on all provincial governments and sub-nationals to follow this example as prioritizing law and order is not optional. It is fundamental. He said there can be no economic growth, no sustainable development, and no social harmony where lawlessness prevails. Pundari further supported his statement by pointing out that scripture affirms this duty. Rulers are not a terror of good conduct, but too bad, for he is God's servant for your good. In Romans 13, verse 3 to 4 says, he said strengthening the police force is therefore both a civic duty and a moral responsibility. Pundari urged all leaders to stand united to build a nation where justice is upheld, peace is secured, and development endures for generations to come. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
And in sports, like Luai, Johnston is excited about the opportunity to unite Papua New Guinea behind the Chiefs and help improve the quality of life in the only nation where rugby league is the official sport. Since making his debut for the Kumuls in 2019, Johnston has seen firsthand the powerful impact the game can have on communities and hopes to inspire positive change through his move. The record try scorer admitted leaving South Sydney was a difficult decision, but said he received the full support of both the club and coach Wayne Bennett before joining the Chiefs. Apart from rugby league, the Chiefs will promote key messages to drive changes in the country, and Johnston is expected to play a key role in promoting a message of progress and unity as Papua New Guinea continues to face a range of social challenges.
What I can do in the community, going to schools, doing clinics, and just seeing the smile on all the kids' faces. It's honestly the best thing I do every year. We've got myself, obviously Jerome Luai, who's massive in the game. So if there's messages that we need to get across to try and benefit people, we'll drive that, and I think it'll definitely help the people of PNG.
After being out of the National Premier Soccer League for almost 6 years, the Midday United Football Club has been revived through district-level tournaments. The team initially recruited 85 talents from all over Midday, which was later trimmed to a 35-man squad. The team has prepared for 8 weeks ahead of the NPL season. In backing the team, the Midday provincial government has sponsored uniforms, which were launched on Tuesday afternoon at the Lai Warden Oval.
The governor is very supportive of Midday United FC, also dubbed the Midday flag and emblem barrier at the national level, while supporting the team during the uniform launch. The team was slowly revived through the governor's tournaments during the festive season last year and this year. Governor Ramsey Parra says he would like the provincial flag barrier to comprise local talents.
Midday United Football Club, I mean only a club, that's the flag bearer. Midday province. We are ready and we are prepared to take the field.
The Midday Provincial Events Committee has been appointed to oversee the club's franchise and management. Chairman Siegfried Bischel is impressed with the team's progress so far and is anxious for a good performance after seeing a positive outcome of the friendly games between Midday United FC and the Wawins FC 2 weeks ago. The chairman states that with the talent displayed, he would like to see youths empowered through sports and to make a living out of professional competitions within the country and even abroad.
We don't expect miracles, we don't expect amazing results, but what we do expect is we will see a lot of development happening with these young players that are here. there's a lot of talent there. I think we had a friendly game with Agmark Wawins, and the boys played really well. I think we surprised the team that came. We hope to have a major sponsor. If you are a company in Midday and you would like to be a smaller sponsor and you want to be part of Midday United FC, please get in contact with me and let me know. We always got space for support and using football to unite everybody.
Midday FC is looking forward to the PSL season, which starts in a few weeks. Tracy Pa, TV1 Sports.
Round 10 of the NRL Telstra Premier Competition kicks off tonight with an interesting showdown between the Silky Dolphins and the struggling Canterbury Bulldogs at the Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. Dolphins are back on track after last week's gutsy win over Melbourne, while the Dogs remain winless after round 9.
After narrow losses to the Panthers and Warriors, the men from Redcliffe got back on track with a win over the Storm, which again showcased their sublime attacking skills.
Shot out of a cannon!
Dolphins' backline is blessed with an abundance of speed and power in the shape of Herbie Farmworth, Selvin Kobo, Hemiso Tabuai Fido, and Isaiah Katoa, and they will look to run the Dogs ragged at Suncorp Stadium. The Blue and Whites have hit a rough patch with 5 losses in their past 6 matches, sliding 9 places in the ladder in the process and sparking plenty of debate about their playmakers' ability to engineer points. Just 4 weeks ago, the Bulldogs handed the Panthers their only loss of the season and piled on 5 tries in the process, so that has to be the blueprint for a revival at the Conrod on Thursday night. No changes to the starting 13, but 2 big inclusions on the bench for Christian Wolf, with Cody Nikorima and Marshall King named in the jumpers 18 and 19 respectively. Nikorima missed last week's win over the Melbourne Storm due to suspension, with Wolf opting to stick solid with the half pairing of Brett Snyder and Isaiah Katoa. Marshall King is eyeing his first game of the season after injuring his knee in a freak accident at home in January. Kurt Donohoe drops out of the squad after playing 26 minutes of the bench last week. Cameron Serraldo stuck solid as the Bulldogs navigate a challenging period with just 1 change to the starting side that fell to North Queensland last week. Sitili Tupuinua has been named in the back row with Josh Corran on the bench, but the pair could trade places on game day as they did last week. Interchange forward Kurt Mann and Jake Turpin have been ruled out, with Harry Hayes and Sean O'Sullivan the new faces on the bench. Dolphins might just edge out the Dogs given their home ground advantage. Catch all the action live and exclusive on TV1 Sports. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the midday news. Do join us at 6 tonight for more news and sports. Goodbye.